Did you serve aboard the USS Currituck? This tender carried asbestos in nearly every compartment. Here is where it was and who was responsible. The USS Currituck, hull number AV-7, was a tender built by Sun Shipbuilding and Dry Dock Company and commissioned in 1944. She served through World War II Pacific Patrol Aviation Support and Atlantic Fleet and Mediterranean Patrol Squadron Support through the Cold War. Like other tenders of her era, the USS Currituck, AV-7 ran on steam power, boilers, turbines, and miles of piping that were insulated with asbestos, lagging, and sealed with asbestos gaskets and packing throughout the ship. The exposure was worse down in the engineering spaces, the fire rooms, boiler rooms, and engine rooms, where the equipment was wrapped in asbestos in tight, poorly ventilated compartments. The snipes, machinists' mates, boiler technicians, and enginemen, along with the hull technicians, pipe fitters, and water tenders, worked right in it. But because asbestos lined the whole ship, all hands had exposure, especially during shipyard overhauls. Here is what matters now. You cannot sue the Navy, but you can bring a claim against the companies that made the asbestos equipment and insulation used aboard the ship. Those companies are named in thousands of asbestos claims. Even a diagnosis that comes decades after your service can still support a claim today. According to publicly filed asbestos litigation records, the equipment aboard the USS Currituck from many manufacturers has allegedly contained asbestos. Names that appear in the record include Babcock and Wilcox, Westinghouse, Warren Pumps, and Garlock, among many others. You don't have to remember every brand. An experienced asbestos attorney can go through the ship's records and service history with you and help determine the best avenues for a potential case. If you served aboard the USS Currituck and were later diagnosed with mesothelioma, asbestosis, or another asbestos-related disease, you may have a legal claim against the companies that made the asbestos products used aboard your ship. This is educational information from an independent publisher, not a law firm, and is not legal advice.